Hello, everybody. It is round 5 of the Open Series tonight. We are currently qualifying. And let me introduce my co-commentator tonight, Tony Danzig.
Heyo, Tony Danzig in the house. Going to be helping out with Will tonight, streaming and giving some commentating. Always love to see some new Zeros racing. Glad to be a part of it. Thanks for having me here, Will.
It's always nice to be here. Tonight. Only 9 cars here.
A solid 9, though, if I look at the list here.
They are 9 solid drivers. Hopefully, we might get a couple other people hop in and join. Not too sure though. We will find out.
The Kailami, they're scared of Kailami. That's what it is.
It can be a scary track. Here in qualifying, no one has set a lap yet. I don't think. Unless my software is bugging.
Nope, I don't set a lap yet. We got Mr. Thomas in the Aston Martin.
The game is out. Okay.
If the game's too loud, you're too old.
That's what I'm saying. Is the game better?
The collarbone is feeling better. I'm out of the sling today. First day out of the sling, and I mean it's sore. You know, it was a broken bone, and I have a titanium plate holding it all together. But all in all, I feel like I almost grabbed the weights today and started doing some lifting. I was like, you know what? Let's get back into lifting some weights. I almost set up my race wheel to start racing again, but I asked the wife. I shouldn't have asked her. She started yelling at me right away. It's easier to remember. It's always easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission.
Those are some wise words if I've ever heard them.
Can't stop me from racing.
I suppose not.
It's been roughly 3 weeks now. 3 weeks since I've done any racing, and it's driving me insane.
Has it really been that bad for you? Not being able to race?
Mostly what I do is, as a 37-year-old male with not a lot of things to do outside the home, because I'm an extrovert, but I'm an introvert as well. I do a lot of racing. I had my race wheel hooked up to my computer constantly, so I would sit down and race. Find myself in races with Devin a lot. Mr. Anthony in that Ford Mustang in 5th place. But outside of that, there's not too many games out that I'm excited about. I like the race. What can I say?
It's unfortunate that you haven't really been able to play anything.
Nope, not too much. Darren Thomas putting down the fastest lap tonight with a 148 so far. 140.8, I'm sorry, not the 148. But yeah, I wasn't able to use the mouse either, so I was stuck using controller games. I had to do the old GameStop rent and return technique. If nobody knows that, it's where you go rent a used game from GameStop. You can have it in your possession 7 days and return it absolutely for any reason whatsoever and get all your money back. So I rented Spider-Man 2, beat it, had my wife return it.
There you go. I'm surprised to see a lot of the top standers or top sitting people in the series not showing up today. Zach Schneider, not here. Menendez, not here. Those are our first and second place runners right now in the series.
Oh, Menendez is pulling a second. Nice. I feel like I feel like me and Menendez are like, we're fairly close to each other. He's faster than I am, I feel like, for sure. But I feel like he's a good competition.
So
He tends
far,
to get a little crazy in his turns. He gets a little slidey.
so far in the lap times, as we see a couple cars turned around there on the top of the hill. Darren Thomas in first, as Tony has said before. He is currently a second clear of anyone close to him. Kanya, who's in second place with a 41.9, whole second off of Thomas's time. A couple cars not even having set laps yet. Cars 7 through 9 not set lap times at the moment. Sounds a bit better. I don't know what's wrong with it then.
You know what the problem is? There's no GTRs on track. That's the problem.
That is the problem. I love me a GTR any day of the week.
So nice. I don't know. R30, like R32, 33, 34 compared to the R35, I don't like. But the R35 as a car itself is a very solid car. The car has drag strips, GT3, full miles or half mile runs, super fast, super quick, super agile in the right build. But I would take an R32 over a 35 any day.
It's a very adaptable car. Yeah, we are missing a lot of cars on track. I'm not sure why no one showed up tonight. Is there some sort of national holiday I'm not aware of? Where everyone is not here?
It's National Rest Your Collarbone Day.
I see Burkov in the Discord, but he doesn't appear to be racing tonight. Or at least he's not in the lobby at the moment. And as I said before, a lot of the front runners in the series standings are not here. Schneider, Menendez, who are first and second. We have Bryce Burkhardt. He's here. He's sitting in third in the standings. Burkov is not here, or not in the lobby at the moment. He's in the Discord chatting. Darren, who's currently in fifth place, he's here. Devin Anthony, he's here. Vittorio, he's not here tonight. Casey's here. Ricky Bobby's here. Tolu's here.
Ricky Bobby. Oh, what the heck? That was interesting.
What was that?
I just watched Burkhardt do a full 360 out of nowhere. That was something else. He was going straight. Next thing I know, it was just whoop whoop.
Wow.
Going around.
I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it's a time scheduling thing. People had stuff to do, possibly. Devin Anthony right now on his qualifying lap. He is 8/10 up on his time on his previous laps, right? We'll follow him through the rest of this lap. This goes with that hairpin at the top of the hill.
I like those Mustangs, Will. I like them.
They're pretty nice.
Give me a C8 though, I'll tell you what. Even better. I take that C8 over the Mustang any day. Just as far as racing, though, that GTD Mustang over the C8. I'll take that Mustang.
Devin Anthony going through the final corner. 9/10 up, loses a tiny bit on the exit, about a half a tenth. That will propel him up to fourth place, a time of a 142.3. He's only right about a tenth off of Tolu, who's ahead of him. And then it's about another 7/10 up to Kanya, as Devin Anthony parks up and goes to the pits.
Ola Joyegbe.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep. I made him pronounce it to me one day. I was like, how do I say that? Exactly how it's spelled. Ola Joyegbe.
Okay. I'm still not going to even try to pronounce it though.
What's his first name?
Tolu, or I don't know the full name. Tolu.
Olu Ola Joyegbe.
I just call him Tolu.
A professional, man.
No one on track right now is currently setting a improved time.
Ford versus Ferrari versus Chevy. I'm down.
That would be nice. I'm still of the opinion we should have the GT3/4 multi-class American-only cars. So just a Mustang and a Chevy.
I think there should be
series.
some GT2 races. I think that there's not enough GT2 anything out there. I think that would be fun.
I feel like the GT2s just aren't varied enough.
I mean, they're really not. Each car feels fairly similar, but or a mixed GT4 with GT2. That would be something extremely interesting.
That would be incredibly dangerous, I feel like.
Yeah,
that would be very much chaotic. I can foresee it now. GT2 spinning out of control, not holding their brakes, hitting literally every GT4 car on the grid.
Sounds about right.
Probably a Mercedes driver
left
too.
in qualifying. When are we going to see you back out on track, Will? It's been a while since we've seen you racing.
Well, I took up this little commentating job temporarily. I was a little tired after I won the championship in the GT4 Pros, and I much prefer GT4 racing, in fact, to GT3. It's much closer, I feel like.
Same, I agree with you.
And I kind of enjoy that racing a bit more. GT3s can be a bit unpredictable and sort of not as competitive sometimes due to the misbalancing of the cars by the developers of the ACC itself. I notice my mic levels look a little quiet. That might be also because I'm speaking differently because I'm slightly ill. I apologize about that.
Coming down with some of the sickness, huh?
I was already sick. I missed out on Tuesday's stream because of it. But I just sound sick now. I feel fine.
Oh, you sound fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Even though you're lying to me, probably.
Heaven on earth.
Cortez right now trying to improve on his lap time. His current time is a 45.5. He's 0.4 up. Lost a little bit of time there out of the exit. Probably only going to gain 2.5, maybe 0.3. Not going to push him up any positions.
No, didn't go up any. His time got better, but not his position.
Burkhart and Ricky Bobby not setting lap times, and the session is over. And as you see it on the left-hand side of your screen on that scoreboard, that is your starting lineup. Only 9 cars on the grid.
Your pole sitters. Race leaders.
Now, Casey is actually mid-lap. I didn't even see that. He is still setting a lap. But it's Casey.
He is up, and now he's down.
He's
back
up again. He could get into 4th place here if he can actually improve by about another 1/10 of a second.
He doesn't even need a 10th. He needs half of a 10th. A little bit over half of a 10th. No, it's about half a 10th, yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. Because,
Right.
like, 1.69, 1.735. I'm pretty sure about it.
Well, he's up 2/10 as he crosses the line. Goes into 3rd place. Wow. Good lap there from Casey Swanseger to finish it out.
Very nice. Very nice. Told you.
In the Porsche. So now, if you look at the left-hand side of the screen, that will be your grid order. It looks like David has joined us. He didn't even qualify. Says he's in 9th position. I wonder if that'll stick through to the restarted session.
Now, was he actually in the race, or was he in it and then quit out
Oh,
of it? 'Cause I know he was really tired.
that's a good point. I don't think he is actually. I was mistaken there. My apologies. And while we are here, I'm just going to go over the calendar that we have for everyone watching here. So this is the Open Series. Races every Thursdays. This is the second to last race in the Open Series at Kyalami. And the finale will be at the Nürburgring 24-hour circuit. I believe it's is it a 2-hour race? I think.
It's a long one, that's all I know.
I think it's a 2-hour race. Of course, mandatory pit
Jealous.
stop. I'm not sure about
Jealous
any
I'm not
weather
part of it.
conditions.
Oh, there's no way you're going 2 hours without a pit stop.
Oh, yeah, of course. But other than that, we have the rookies on Tuesdays who are going to have their final race in about 5 days. That's at the GP circuit of the Nürburgring. And we're all excited to see how that finishes off their season. And we'll go back with the grid here. And we'll do a little walk down of the grid.
I'm upset. I should have been in the 1, 2, 3 for that rookie series, but I've had to follow. But that's okay. You live, you learn.
You live and you learn. So Tony, can you read out for me the grid order as I go through the
Absolutely, absolutely. In first place in the Aston Martin, you're going to find yourself with the Mr. Darren Thomas. Looking forward to see what he can do with us tonight. Second place, we have a Mr. I always butcher his name.
Kanya is how I pronounce it.
Kanya. I love his car. This is easily one of my favorite cars throughout the evening. Also in the Aston Martin. Third place, we're looking at Casey Swansinger coming up in that Porsche number 84 with that beautiful Noobs R Us livery. He's got 2 stripes. 2 stripes, baby. That means he's won a series before. That's why he's got the stripes there. Fourth place, Tolu Ola Joyegbe coming up in the Ferrari 296 with Boobies Racing. Oh, a little bit of a lag there with Boobies Racing. Fifth place, Ford Mustang GT3 number 664. We've got a Devin Anthony, 1 stripe club. Trying to find himself into the 2 stripe club. Can he make it? I'm not sure if he's close enough this season. Coming in 6th place, we have Mr. Tonkin and that Mercedes AMG and that pink and green livery, number 117. Such a long car up there in the front. Number 7, we have Mike Cortez coming in the McLaren 716. Ooh, he's got a 1 stripe on there. Look at that. Way to go. I'm always proud of my stripe brothers. Number 8, Frank Burkhart in the Ferrari. And then to finish everything off, we got Ricky Bobby there, Aston Martin number 123 as the final car coming down the straightaway.
Thank you for that, Mr. Danzig.
I figure I'd take my time. We didn't have too many racers.
Yeah. No need to rush it. You think we're gonna see a lot of spins today?
You know, with this many cars on track, it's tough to tell. I've been part of a lot of 10 people races, and they've been one of the cleaner races that I've been in, because there's really no point in to jump and to try to get those crazy bonks or those cuts early off. So it really comes down. What do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking at our drivers on field. I'm not familiar on Tolu's driving. I know Devin can sometimes be a wild card, but I'm feeling he's going to be safe tonight. Tonkin, I think once we start getting towards the back part of the fields where it might get a little bit iffy, you know what I think? I think it's going to be a clean start tonight. I think it's going to be a clean lap 1 and 2, maybe even 3.
All right. Well, let's hope for that. Also hoping that the race is not too boring with this little drivers on the grid. but I'm
Well,
sure
it'll
we'll
still
see.
be a race.
Yeah, it'll still be a race. That's what counts. As they're up here at top of the hill. That little hairpin going down the mine shaft now on the formation lap. So we see some of the cars weaving, getting their tires heated up, ready for the start of the race. Darren Thomas notably not doing so. I never really see him warm his tires at the start of the race.
My strategy for that is I always just like to hold the brake and the gas at the same time and just kind of heat everything up that way. Works for the tires, surprisingly.
And Darren is not Kimi Raikkonen. I don't know. Darren's very quick. He might be able to compete with Kimi Raikkonen. Ricky and Bryce are starting from the back deliberately. Interesting. That will be something to
Going
watch.
around the final corner.
Yep, we'll go on to Helicam to watch the start. As they come up to the line here. And we are green. Aaron with a slightly better start than Kanya. They're still all too wide. Getting down in the first corner. Kanya trying for a
Things looking
move.
good.
Sticks it around the outside. Keeps it for the inside line, but Darren just takes it ahead. Casey and Tolu behind. A little bit of a bonk there. Nothing major. Just a rub. Tolu so far looks like he's gotten the best of it. Getting past Casey and that Mustang. Passed down the straight. Taking over Casey into the sunset curve there.
It's that American power.
That it is. All cars now in single file. Bobby a little bit far off the pack down there at the bottom. But nothing he can't make up. He is a very quick driver. Camera's doing weird stuff again as always.
Yeah, it is.
Darren already has a 1 second gap ahead of Kanya. Losing Kanya the slipstream, that may cause problems for the drivers down the rest of the grid that were hoping for a first place finish.
One full lap, clean lap.
Clean full lap, only a slight tap, but that was it. Darren's already left Kanya behind for a solid 1.5 seconds. Solid gap, and he's gonna keep pushing that gap. The driver's very cautious around the course now. Good to see that. Burkhardt overtakes Cortez.
Oh, Cortez dropped.
Cortez dropped to the bottom. I'm gonna replay this and see what happened. Give it a good 15-second replay. Looks like he got off track. He might have had just a bit of oversteer on the exit and pushed it too far off track. He's down in ninth position now.
And then luckily it was nice about it. It didn't cause any incidents getting back on track.
That's always good to see.
Doesn't always happen that way. Great to see.
Sometimes there are massive accidents with stuff like that. In just 2 laps, most of the grid is all spread out. Most of them have a second plus gap between them. Tolu, however, has a retinue of cars behind him.
I'm trying to make the pass on them. They're working for that third place. I said, I want it.
Darren's definitely going to be trying for that position. We'll see how Tolu's defending is. Mustang's probably going to have the straight line speed. Darren flashing his lights there.
So I love to see. I love a good flash.
I bet you do, Tony.
Too bad Nico Great Kids Menendez isn't here right now.
I'm not even going to comment.
He likes a good flash too. Hey, I didn't come up with the nicknames.
I'm sure you didn't. Casey not too far behind Devin Anthony here. Casey did have the faster lap in qualifying. But we'll see how their race pace sorts it out. I'm surprised to see Ricky Bobby is already 5 seconds behind Burkhardt. I wonder if he has a problem with the car, maybe, in terms of setup. I don't think he caught up any damage. It looks like he's actually spun. And the hairpin
now.
at the top of the hill. We'll take a look at that. There's off track beforehand. Stays off track to safely rejoin after Cortez there.
Good clean driving. Love to see it.
Always good to see that. Casey has actually fallen off of the back of Devin Anthony here, as you can see in the background. Devin Anthony still on Tolu's back end there. Sticking to that Ferrari's diffuser.
Yeah, Devin's trying to make a move here.
He's definitely putting the pressure on. A little bit of a mistake there from Tolu.
Got a little squirrely.
So he's going to lose him some time. Devin's going to go for the overtake here. Into the sunset curve. Tolu going with the outside line. Devin able to keep it there. Oh, as there's a bonk there. Looks like Tolu had a bit of a oversteer and overcorrected. I did not see the incident there with Tonkin, but he was just recovering right there in the Mercedes.
Tonkin loses the position.
He did. I'm so put off by that Mercedes. I'm not saying it's ugly. I am saying it's ugly.
I'm not saying it's ugly, but I'm not saying that I like it.
Exactly. But usually Chris Greider drives that car.
He drives something similar to it. It's a little bit of a different pink and green.
Gotcha.
Usually a more like chrome reflective.
Similar car, meaning. Darren Thomas at the front has a 4-second gap already. That is insane. After 4 laps, 4-second gap.
Not even 10 minutes in.
That is nuts. I wonder if there'll be any mistakes from pit stops and the like. Looks like Cortez got passed by Ricky Bobby in their little scuffle at the back of the pack here. They're about 24 seconds behind the leader in their little fight. Cortez has some damage to the to his car. I think it's the front and the back, possibly.
Singer down the place, back up the place.
They're fighting right now. Again, side by side through the sunset curve there. And there's a little tap. Burkhardt just coming across too early on Casey there. Tapping his front end, losing time. I don't think that was Casey's fault, not from the angle I had to look at it.
I don't think it was either.
It looked like Burkhardt just came over a bit too soon, not realizing that his car wasn't fully clear. As everyone is now sort of spread out, and it's going to be hot lapping for a bit. Trying to get back into positions. This is now a race of tire wear. probably, and mistakes. It's going to be less so to do with pure pace unless you are just that much quicker than the car ahead of you. It's going to be difficult to make up positions.
Devin's still trying to make that Mustang work for him today. I like to see it.
He is closing that gap to Tolu for the second time this race. He was about, I want to say 2 seconds back after the little bonk that sent him off. As Tolu goes wide, loses some time there. He was on the grass. Gives Devin a great opportunity here on the straight up to the sunset curve.
Makes the pass.
He has made the pass. He kept it stick. I wonder if Tolu's going to go for a rebuttal into the next corner. He's definitely thinking about it. He is on the back end of that Mustang there. So he's just taking a look. Not sure if that was a little tap. The Ferrari, of course, better through the corners. The Mustang has the straight line speed to its advantage.
Mustang hitting about 145 miles an hour before he had to slam on the brakes there. Doesn't look like it, but he took that corner at 60 miles an hour.
Well, that's pretty good for such a whale of a car.
A whale of a time.
Devin Anthony's going to pull this, the gap to Tolu, probably to about a second by the first corner.
Impressive.
He gained, I want to say, around 4/10. Just on the straight alone. He goes a little wide through that corner, loses himself some time.
He's racing consistency now. If he can stay consistent, he's got it in the bag.
Just see how much Tolu can close the gap under braking there, with the Ferrari being such a lighter car. And through these twisties here, going up towards the top of the hill.
Oh, got a little sideways.
Like, you know, Tony, we might have to just podcast this pretty much and just talk about some random stuff, maybe.
Possibly. What is that?
You did, I believe, see Tonkin go off track earlier, Lizzie. He's currently in 7th place. Tonkin, I don't remember what happened. I think he may have just had a bit of oversteer.
Ricky Bobby just had it off track.
Ricky Bobby did.
Nothing big, just a little more wide.
We won't even bother looking at it.
It wasn't that important. Wasn't anything significant.
Darren Thomas with an 8-second gap over 7 laps.
Dang.
He is on a tear today. I wish I was there to hopefully put some pressure on him, but I'm in the booth.
You can still put pressure on him from the booth.
Yeah, Darren, you won't crash right now if you're listening to the stream. You won't handicap yourself to make this interesting.
Right, you won't just wait, let them catch up.
Visually, you can't even see it on the camera how far behind the next car is.
He's that far ahead.
Yeah.
By the time he was finishing that little bit of a straight, the car was just coming around the corner.
It's not even visible in the shot. That's crazy. Even after 7 laps, do you know if this is one of his favorite tracks or something? If he's practiced this a ton?
Must seem like it. This is one of my least favorite tracks, or I've practiced it barely none.
Yeah, same to me. You can barely see the hood of that Aston Martin in the background there of Kanya. I wonder, we might see Devin Anthony actually closing in on Kanya here, as he is quite quick at the moment.
Really? Sorry.
It's alright. Sorry for the squeaky mic stand to the stream there. It's, I'm not sure if you can actually hear that. Devin Anthony is
I
actually...
can't hear anything.
Well, that's because Crisp is on Discord. But, Devin Anthony's actually lapping faster than Kanya at the moment. Devin Anthony's last lap was a 41.9, Kanya's was a 42.5, or pretty much a 0.6 actually.
Devin's not too fast off the fastest lap. Oh wait, no, never mind. The best was a 141.1.
We'll have to see if this maybe develops into an actual fight for a second. By the looks of it, not at the moment.
All it takes is one incident.
Poor Mike Cortez here is 13 seconds away from the car ahead of him. He will be feeling lonely at the moment.
He's about as lonely as Mike is, or I'm sorry, as Darren is on front.
Just about. And the gap is actually quite similar. As Darren is almost now 10 seconds ahead of Kanya. Does he like have... Is he cheating? Does he have some sort of extra horsepower that we don't know about?
He's got wall hacks on.
It's his gaming chair.
His gaming chair.
Devin Anthony's actually sticking with Kanya here, so depending on how tires, pit stops, and strategy come into this, he is within a chance of second place. And of course, everyone is capable of making mistakes, and that's never not a factor in these races.
What's mandatory in tonight's pit?
You know, that's a good question. Let me find out for you. I believe it's just fuel. I think.
I know we do the Ford versus Ferrari League, and nothing. You have to take a pit stop, but nothing's mandatory, and the pit strategy has really come out there.
Let's see. Well, let me take a look here. 1 pit stop required each race. That's all it says. Races 1 through 5.
So if you're smart, you just put a lot of fuel. Don't plan on changing your tires. Save all that time in the pit stop.
Yeah, because there's no minimum pit time, is there?
I don't think so.
Chat, do you have any topics me and Darren should talk about while this
You mean Sean?
race is
Or Tony?
going on? What did I say?
Called me Darren.
Damn it.
Not even close.
Hey, maybe it's a compliment. Maybe I'm saying you're quick enough to pull out a 10-second gap in 10 laps.
There you go. I like it.
There you go.
That's how I'm gonna take it.
The amount of BS that I'm spewing right now is outrageous.
Your BS meter is to the max.
Actually. But yeah, is there anything me and Tony should talk about? Topics while we watch this right here? Yeah, maybe it's not Darren Thomas. Maybe it's Darren Tony.
Oh, I like it, Darren Tony. Yeah, the Ford versus Ferrari finals are... Is it this Sunday? Is the finals finally?
I think
I'm
it's
super,
the Sunday.
I'm super sad to be out of that series. I was enjoying that one a lot. If I was rooting myself for any series, it was the Ford versus Ferrari series. I believe the Fords are in the lead.
Typical. Do you know if it's
They're
closer to?
winning.
I haven't really been following the series, in all honesty.
I want to say it was close. I haven't looked in the past couple races before I broke my collarbone. But the Fords, I want to say, had won almost every race so far versus Ferrari. But mostly it's because people just keep dropping out, so they're not getting the representation that they need, because they might have more Fords and more Ferraris, and it takes the top 5 positions of each Ford, each Ferrari. So
Right. There might be a little battle. I can't even speak right now. A little battle that might be developing here for 7th place between Ricky Bobby and Simon Tonkin. Only about a second gap, but that might close down and actually turn into a fight for the position. But something I wanted to know, Tony, is how did you break your collarbone? How did that happen?
Give me just a second. I put a cookie in my mouth.
Sorry for putting you on the spot like that.
It was a friend's 40th birthday. It was a pool party, so I was having fun. You know, I was drinking responsibly. And upon leaving one of the restrooms, I slipped and fell.
You know, I thought you'd have a cool story. Like,
That's the PG version of the story, okay?
I'm not gonna. I'll ask later about the non-PG version.
There you go.
Ricky Bobby here actually.
Streaming version.
Sorry for speaking over you. Ricky Bobby actually closed the gap to Tonkin, and we have Devin Anthony in the pits already. As the pit window opens, only 20 minutes into the race, looking for a really good undercut.
I'm really surprised to see him do an undercut. He's an overcut kind of guy. Always has been.
And while we were looking at that, Simon Tonkin also went into the pits. I thought it was a pass on track. I was mistaken. 2 cars taking early pit stops. And Darren's still being Darren. I wonder if Devin's plan, instead of getting, I'm not sure if
He's back on track.
I'm
Must have fueled up, because that seemed like 13-ish seconds, 10 seconds, 13. I think that's what it takes. Their fuel is right around 13 seconds.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure if fuel is mandatory on, literally on the sim grid page. It just says mandatory pit stop, so I don't know. Last time I commentated on one of these races, it was fuel only, and it was a custom amount. You could be in the pit stops for as little time as you wanted to, as long as you did do a stop. You could take only the 1 liter of fuel if you wanted. So I'm wondering if Devin didn't just pit for tires instantly because he knew that the track was gonna cool off. Maybe something like that. And he's looking to use those new tires to severely undercut the rest of the grid.
I think unless you're doing a mandatory 25 second, I think tires are almost not needed.
Yeah.
If I was racing you tonight, Will, I would not be taking tires.
You know, I would be. I would take tires. I almost always take tires.
In an hour race, you don't need them.
You see, now that's preference.
I guess that is preference, yeah, because I don't mind sliding around a bunch.
As someone, I drive a very understeery car almost always. And that seems to always put a lot of, what do you call it? Kind of like wear on the tires. And so it's not just that, it's the fact that I don't like a slippy car in the slightest. I want that planted to the ground.
I don't mind it slipping and sliding a little bit.
And this,
crash control down.
And this track is pretty harsh on tires, if I remember correctly, from racing here last. Not sure how it is in GT3s. Last time I raced here was GT4s, I think.
Yeah, see what Jeremy said? He wouldn't take fuel or tires. Got him on the podium last time. That's the maneuver right there. And I wouldn't take anything if I didn't have to.
How many people crashed for him to get on the podium, though?
I don't think many. I think he just put down a good performance.
Sorry for the blatant slander there, Jeremy. Casey getting past Tolu.
Singer up in the second, yeah.
Tolu heading into the pits for his pit stop. Burkhart moving up to third.
Olajoyegbe moving down into fourth.
Now into fifth.
Devin Anthony just passed Cortez. That must be a lap. Must be lapping him.
You said Devin Anthony passing Cortez?
Yeah, so that's got to be a lap. Yeah.
Oh, yes. That would be it. Currently spectating Darren, who is about to pass Tonkin. Tonkin's already done his pit stop though, and he has a back marker. He's about to be a full lap down. Well, maybe not a full lap due to Darren not having pitted yet.
So it looks like 1 through 4th haven't pitted yet.
That, I believe, is correct. Yeah, pretty sure everyone else has. I'm not sure about Cortez.
Singer, Burkhart, Ricky Bobby, Cortez is pitted. I can see on here he's pitted.
Ah, okay, you've got the...
and then
gotcha.
Mr. Thomas hasn't pitted either.
Aaron able to get past the lapped car fairly easily. Just down the front straight. Yeah, that is a nightmare livery in my opinion. I'm not a fan of the color scheme here. I like the green. I'm a big fan of the neon green. Just not the pink that goes with it.
I take the pink over the neon green.
And you are a maniac.
Maniac, maniac, oh no.
Darren currently has a 30-second gap to second place.
Jesus.
Neither car has pitted yet.
I'm talking a little off track.
Kanya, who is running in, or will be running in second once everyone has done their pit stops, is 47 seconds behind Darren. I think Kanya, I'm not too sure. His pit stops seemed really short. And so I think he only took a minimal amount of fuel, or, you know, the 1 liter or whatever, however they do it. Casey's actually getting chased right now by Burkhart, who isn't too far behind. He's only about a second behind here. We might actually see some action.
Both needing the pit still.
Casey going actually wide. Oh, Casey heading into the pits. All right, no action. Gotcha. Burkhart carrying on, not going into the pits. Let's see if Ricky Bobby goes in the pits. He did not.
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. I forget the character's name that Will Ferrell plays in the movie.
You mean Ricky Bobby?
I meant the
Frenchman?
Do you know what I mean?
You meant Sacha Baron Cohen?
That's the one.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of him.
It's probably like Pierre since he was French.
Probably. Let's see, we got Devin up in 5th place. Casey out of the pits in 6th place. About 4 seconds behind Devin. Tolu's dropped all the way back into 7th place.
It definitely was a mix-up of the grid. I wonder, maybe we should, can I do one of these? I'm not sure. I was going to try and put on one of those competitions for the Twitch chat for your points and stuff of when Darren was going to pit.
Oh, like,
As we have a car
I think
off track, actually.
he's got 10
Oh, dear.
minutes.
Who?
Number 1, 2, 3, Ricky Bobby.
I'm not...
Or is it? That's in pits. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
Ricky Bobby just went into the pits, but somebody dropped from the race. I didn't see who that was. Whoever was in 8th place.
Oh, I still see 9 racers on track. Oh wait, you're right.
Yeah, it was car 117. I'm not positive on who that is.
It was Ricky Bobby. Oh no. I don't know why I said that so confidently.
That was Simon Tonkin. I saw he had gone off track. There was a yellow flag. And he is now not in the race. I wonder if that was a connection thing or what had happened there. Not too sure.
I think.
Ricky
That's
Bobby
unfortunate.
coming out of the pits now. He'll be emerging in 7th place. With about a 16-second gap to Tolu ahead. And it's, yeah, Aaron 40 seconds ahead from 2nd place. Still has to do his pit stop. Burkhart finally going into the pits. And that'll promote Kenya back up to 2nd place.
140, he's got roughly... He can do 7 more laps before he needs to pit. No, that's not right. He can do 3 more laps before he needs to pit.
What are you... Oh, you're talking about just purely off of pit window time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it would be interesting if Darren just decided not to pit. I'm not sure what kind of penalty that would give you. But he does have a 50-second gap to Kenya, so it might be worth it. That is actually a really interesting strategy, if he does do that.
He's just walking away with it, running away with it, not walking. Oh. Tolu just went up.
Yeah, it's Burkhart is in the pits. I believe he took the
pits,
position back for that.
Yeah.
Let's check in with Bryce Burkhart, who was actually going to be right behind Ricky Bobby there.
Oh no!
As he was coming out the pit lane.
Stop and go 30 for Burkhart.
Oh dear. He is not going to be happy with himself. That is for speeding.
That's never a good time. They take those pit speed limits seriously.
They sure do. I wonder if, I was going to say, I wonder if Burkhart would just ignore it, but you actually can't ignore it. If you sit out there, I believe, and you don't do it, do you get disqualified? Do you get black flag?
I want to say it just gives you a 30-second penalty, maybe? But that doesn't sound right because it's stopping to a 30.
No, that would just be for like a drive. Oh, I think you get disqualified though if it's not like the final lap.
I do apologize. I need to step away for just a moment. I need to feed my dogs. They are bothering me.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Tony's indisposed right now, so I'll keep on keeping on. And Burkhardt going in to serve his stop go 30. We'll check in with Kanya here, who's at the top of the hill at the hairpin. And he'll be going down the mine shaft right now. Yes, Glenn. Looks like Bryce did speed in the pits and got himself a stop go 30. Which I am not sure if that will put him in last or not. It's going to be close. But we shall see. Darren yet to do his pit stop yet. Burkov, that was a good test. You can indeed speak in Twitch chat. Burkhardt out of the pits. It wasn't even close. It's still a 15-second gap to Cortez in 8th. As it's going to be a pretty slow rest of the race. Unless, of course, Darren gets himself a penalty. Or anyone, in fact, gets themselves a penalty. That will definitely spice the race up a little bit. Watching on my big... Oh, LG. Gotcha. I thought you were saying you were watching on a big IG. I'm like, what does that mean? LG, it's TV. Gotcha. We're only having 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. Darren would have to... Let's see, still got a minute left on this lap, roughly. You could probably go out for another one and still make it in time. Hello, Mr. Jen Eric Sim Racing.
Okay, and I'm back.
And Tony's back, everybody.
I'm back, everybody. Sorry for making you worry.
Darren has still not done his pit stop, for your information.
Oh, wow. Still hasn't done it. He's waiting until the very end, huh?
Mm-hmm. Sure is. He might come in this lap here, and he has done. He could have gone another lap, but he decided to come in now. There are only 20 minutes left in the race. 22 minutes, I should say. And we shall see how some of the cars that did the undercut, how close they'll get back to Darren. Last I remember,
Devin's up to third.
He is. Last
he had a pretty heavy undercut.
That was actually a quick stop from Darren. And there's still a 18-second gap to second place. I thought it would be much less than that, but I guess not. Darren probably could have gotten tires on top of whatever he did get.
Oh, probably, yeah.
and would have been absolutely fine. Maybe Darren's not a driver really that's prone to mistakes, but I wonder if that will, if he does manage to make a mistake, and it's a tire's fault, if that pit stop would have saved him there, if he had gone for tires.
Meow.
Kanya has already done his pit stop, has he not? Yeah, he's. I think he's been
He has.
done his pit stop.
Everyone's done their pit stop.
Yeah. He has.
At
yes.
this point, I was gonna say, at this point, if they haven't done their pit stop, they should really start worrying about getting their pit stop taken, because the pit window closes in 50 minutes. So if it ain't in, it ain't counting.
Yeah, pit stop has been done by everybody. Every car has a double-digit gap to the car behind.
Yep.
That is something. You don't really see that every day.
Except for second and third.
No, second and third still have a double-digit gap.
Look, they're right on each other. Oh,
What?
wait, no, never mind. He's 17 seconds behind him. Never mind.
You thought
I was
a
reading that
leader?
the wrong way. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yes, Darren did pit. The gap went from, I think it was 50-ish seconds
50,
to
yeah.
around about 17-ish. Most drivers are now doing lap times around the 43s. Mid to high 43s, some into the low 44s. Actually, Burkhart and Ricky Bobby doing 42s still. And Ricky Bobby just now doing a 42 flat. So there's a chance he makes up some time on Tolu, who's ahead of him. And we'll have to see what kind of pace Darren is currently doing after his pit stop. Yep, Darren's still being Darren.
Yep.
Did a 41.9.
Which is still faster than everybody else's best time.
His last lap, which wasn't his best lap, is better than the second best lap in the race, which is held by Devin Anthony. Speaking of Devin Anthony, let's take a look at that Mustang some more.
He's in the one stripe club. How many stripes do you have on your car, Will? Are you a two striper?
No, I'm just the one.
Just the one striper.
Yeah. In my opinion, it should be two, but you know how things go.
I'm the only one in the three stripe club, hanging out by myself. An exclusive club.
Well, if they bring GT4s back, I might be able to join you up there, but I doubt I'll be able to in just GT3s.
I have 3 second place finishes for GT2, or GT4, I'm sorry.
And that dastardly Camaro.
A Camaro, yep. That's a fucking Eureka's whale. Hi, Jeff. Jeff says hi to everybody in the chat.
Everybody, say hi to Jeff.
Jeff was a good dog, he would have protected me when Sabrina pushed me down the stairs. That's what I'm telling everybody is what actually, that's what I should have told you is what happened to my collarbone. Sabrina
You
shoved me
still
down
can.
the
We
stairs.
can. I can edit it out of the VOD.
Oh, I like it.
Tony, how did you break your collarbone?
That wife of mine, she shoved me down the stairs. She said,
Wow.
This is my house, and kicked me. I said, no. And then I tumbled, which was interesting because I tumbled, it's kind of, our stairs corkscrew down, so I tumbled down halfway, rolled over, and then tumbled down the other way. It was very interesting.
Sounds like you were trying to get a paycheck.
I wish.
That'll, for sure, I'll 100% edit out the previous one.
Perfect.
Totally not going to leave it in to make you look like an idiot.
No one needs to know. It's okay.
Understandable.
15 minutes, 30 seconds left in the race tonight. Looks like the sun's going down. Stars are coming out.
The lights are coming on.
Or they should at least be. Sometimes I like to ride with that meatball flag out, you know? It feels good.
Maybe Darren needs to do that. As it stands. Where is Darren in the standings? That is a
Probably
question. He's not first. Casey is fine down in fourth. He has around an 18-second gap to the car behind.
Casey's doing well. Casey is currently in fourth place. He's 11 seconds behind third place. And about 17 seconds ahead of fifth place.
So Darren Thomas is actually currently fifth in the standings for the series. He's sitting on 107 points. The leaders who are tied for first and second are on 114, but they are not here this race, so that should jump him way up the order.
It is time to bring back the GT4 series. Maybe he Tonkined himself. Tonkin, we don't know. There was an off track. We don't know if he crashed or if he just pulled off, and the next thing you know, he was out of the race. So unfortunate.
Track's getting darker and darker. And it's currently 7 p.m. in-game time here at Kailami.
Looks like everybody's still a good distance away from everybody. No one's really fighting for any position as of right now.
It's still... Stream is lagging. Sorry to hear that. Casey going off track for a little bit there. Deciding to go on a a gravel trap expedition.
He was scooping the kitty litter.
That is what he was doing. Lizzie, has the stream fixed itself, or are we still lagging a little bit?
Mine still shows it's running.
Maybe it's Lizzie's fault then.
You know, I like to blame people when it's out of my hands. I think it's Lizzie's fault too.
Didn't even spell lagging right.
Laging.
Laging. Stream is laging.
It's a different version of raging. Oh no! Casey taking a... That was Way late reaction from me. Casey going off track.
Were you watching the stream doing that?
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, because I have Casey up on the race lab, the race controller as well. But I seen it on the stream that he was off, and I was way late.
All right, Lizzie. I didn't change a single thing, so.
I fixed it for you, Lizzie. Don't worry. I hopped into the back database of the server, and I touched things.
There you go. Tony the repairman.
RP. Repairman, man. Anybody in the older generation would know that reference, or they should know that reference. You're too young, Will. You would go over your head. Lizzie hates her keyboard, and she is on her PC.
I beat the keyboard up.
Run the king, baby, yeah. Beat it like a cop.
What?
What? From a song.
All right. I will trust you.
Ooh. Little sore. Ooh, I love Gladiator. Such a good movie.
Is that the, I figured his name. 123. Who is that?
Russell Crowe?
Ricky Bobby off track. And yes, that is the name of the guy that I'm thinking of. And that confirms that it is that movie. Ricky Bobby pulling over to the side. It completely stopped on the side of the track to let Darren pass.
Interesting. I'm going to see how that plays off for him.
Yeah, has quite a bit of damage on the front end of that Aston.
Yeah, he does. So it'll be hot lapping for another 9 more minutes.
That, indeed, is what looks to be happening.
Gotta keep the wife happy. You know, my wife's not happy, you know what I tell her? I don't tell her much. I was gonna say a joke, but I can't think of one that'd be funny, so I'm not gonna say anything.
That's typical.
I think it's best. I don't want to make a misogynist remark and everyone hate me. We got an update from Tonkin. He's calling in from the pits. He said he's sorry he had to bail. He pulled too much family aggro, and his bubble shields are on cooldown.
What?
And his son crapped himself.
What?
He said,
Nothing
"Hey,
new
my
by
son
that.
crapped himself, and I had to clean everything." So he just had some life come at him, so he wasn't even able to pay attention to the race.
Gotcha. That
So he
is
just quit out.
unfortunate for him. Now with only 8 cars on track, 7.5 minutes left in the race, everybody's split up by 15 or more seconds. Or sorry, 13 or more seconds. Casey is the closest person behind in terms of gap. Casey is only 13 seconds behind Devon. That would be for 3rd place. But we'll see if he can make that up in the only 7 minutes remaining.
I like the exhaust on those Mustangs. Side pipes. I'm a fan of side pipes. Always have been. Blazing hot. Bright red as he's hauling Ace down the track. What about happy husband, happy life? Oh, Ricky Bobby spun out.
Ricky Bobby spun out. Again?
Spun out. Yep. He just had a spin in the corner. No contact with anybody or a wall. Just unfortunate.
And that person we just saw pass there, that's not for position. So still a double-digit gap between every single driver. Even with these mistakes, having this buffer of that much time is really useful for some of these drivers. And making a couple of mistakes out here tonight.
Ricky Bobby seems to be, I'm just looking at the back of the pack here. He just looks a little sliding around there. He's having fun.
Oh, he sure is sliding. I wonder if that's to do with the tires or if he's doing that somewhat intentionally.
Right? At some point it's like, is it intentional? I don't know. Kind of looks like he's trying to whip it though.
It does. Looks like he's trying to be a drift king. Yeah, most definitely he's trying to drift it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
He's
Trying to
not
do a
able to
fake
do it.
drift.
He has too much traction control.
Yeah,
You got it a little sideways there. Let's do an onboard lap with Darren and have Tony tell us what Darren would be doing. What? We can see what Darren would be doing through the onboard.
Very true. Are you on that onboard?
I can be.
'Cause I'm terrible at saying what they're doing.
Onboard is onboard.
Alright, you're gonna see he's got that sausage curve come here. It's gonna be a light lift, back on power. Brake right around that 50 board. On power, baby. All the way out. Oh yeah, where's Palami? Let's see if I can remember this one. It's gonna be a sharper of a left-hand corner coming up here. Right before the pavement on the right, I'd brake. Yeah, that seems about right. This track is tricky. There's a lot of places, like, some of these corners you gotta get just right, I feel like. I guess it's a lot of tracks, though. What is this, swooping right-hander? Off power a little bit, get back on. When you're racing, you always want to make sure you're looking further out on the racetrack where you want. If you've ever ridden a motorcycle, that's the best way to think about it. Look where you want to go instead of right in front of you. I even find myself doing that sometimes. I'll stare directly right in front of the car on the track. You want to be looking up further ahead. And what we got? Left-hander here. Surprised to see him so far off left and not using a little bit more of the track on that corner, but he knows what he's doing. Braking at about 75, it looked like. Now back to that sausage curve here with that lift, turn in and back on throttle. I'm surprised to see him in first gear in the Aston.
Yeah, the Aston is not terribly good on the acceleration, I find. Or at least in the sort of like mid to low RPM range. Oh my goodness, I missed it. Ricky Bobby made up a position on Bryce Burkhardt. I completely missed it while you were doing that. I think... Was Ricky Bobby in 7th? Or no, I think Bryce was in 7th, but has actually caught up to Ricky Bobby. My mistake there.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Gap's currently 1.8 seconds.
Race leader is on the last lap. Let's see if Cortez waits for Bryce or Darren to pass him, or let's see if he just keeps racing. I'm curious on that one.
We shall see.
Because he'll have to do a full another lap again if he doesn't just let him pass. That's the race.
That is. Now Thomas is in first place. We're going to keep on going with this little fight that's developing here. It's come down to less than half a tenth. Actually have a battle in here. Oh my goodness, Burkhardt with the lunge on Ricky Bobby there down the inside. It makes it work.
Yeah, he did.
On the final lap.
Impressive.
What a move there. That was a fantastic move. Kanya finishing in 2nd.
Trying to go for that brick.
Ricky Bobby trying something there that didn't work. Bryce Burkhardt crashing before the line.
Wait.
These two crashed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it past the finish line yet? It's not.
They're not. Ricky Bobby's waiting for Burkhardt. Devin Anthony in 3rd position. He gets on the podium tonight. Looks like Casey's gonna come in 4th place. We're gonna have Tolu in 5th. Burkhardt and Ricky Bobby already completed their race, but they were a lap down, so they're gonna be 6th and 7th. And then Cortez is gonna finish us off in 8th place. And that is the race
crash.
tonight.
Oh no! Oh, that was it again. Why we watched it again? The crash. I'm watching the stream. My stream's like a minute behind.
Gotcha. You got that delay on there.
Yeah. Very exciting race tonight with the full 9-place grid. Dropping down to 8.
We will have interviews with the 3 podium sitters as that closes out the race session tonight.
Pole sitters.
Give us just a second and we'll have the interviews ready in just a moment. Hello, everybody.
Hola.
Hello.
Tony, do you want to do the interview here?
Exciting stuff from you, Darren. You were at 1.50 seconds up on 2nd place. Impressive stuff tonight, brother.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks for showing us some good work. Your pit strategy, I'm curious, did you just take a little bit of fuel?
Well, I put enough fuel in to take me almost until the end of the pit window.
Yeah, I was wondering.
And
I was like, at
so
this
I think
point, I think you could skip the pit window and take whatever penalty they handed out. You were so far up in the lead, it wouldn't have even mattered.
well, I think it's 60 something liters to start with, 40 for the pit stop or something like that.
Well, you did very impressive, sir. It was great watching you put down some fast laps. Anything memorable about the race from you?
Yeah, 3 laps remaining. My game froze up going into Cheetah,
Oh,
and
very nice.
I touched the brakes, let off the gas, and hoped that it came back before I ended up in a wall, and luckily it did.
I was gonna say we didn't even notice anything, so luckily everything came back on and you're safe to finish back in first. Didn't lose too much time or any time there at all.
After that, it was just praying the whole time. Don't let it freeze. Don't let it freeze.
Don't freeze! Don't freeze! Kanya, nice to see you put down a good race tonight and finishing one cleanly. I know you have
Almost
some
plainly.
incidents from time to time, so good to see you finishing in a good spot tonight finally.
Yeah. Yeah. Second to last lap, I actually did a pirouette off of the on the fast kink and hit the wall, but luckily I had a good cushion, so and what
Oh nice.
didn't screw up the steering, so I was able to just get it home.
Yeah, the worst is when you're steering left and you're going right, and it's like I
Yeah.
can't handle this. You had a good battle there with Devin. I think he was coming down to the pit stop, but Devin went with that quick with the undercut. Um, I had a question and completely slipped my mind, so I do apologize. Forgot where I was going with that. Which will
Yeah,
lead? Which? Go ahead.
I said this to Devin. We were in the voice chat, but I was I saw him pit early, and I knew that's not like him. So something must be up, and so went right after him to cover that off, make him try to pass me on track, but ended up actually in a good window where I
Yeah,
somehow game time.
yeah. Devin is known for his overcut. He'll go in as late as possible typically. So we were all surprised to see him go in that early. Lean into that, Devin. Tell us about it. Why'd you go with that short undercut this time?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure, try different things when it comes to pits.
Trying to see what works best for you out there. Do you think that was the better move versus the long overcut?
That was a good move, definitely.
It was a great move. You did great tonight. Yeah, because you came out I think in sixth or seventh, and you worked your way all the way back up to third place. So good to see that go down.
Yeah, it was well, pretty much for everybody. It was just hot laps. So
Yeah, well, you guys did awesome jobs tonight. We appreciate you guys racing for us. I know me and Will enjoyed ourselves. Hopefully the chat enjoyed themselves as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself racing for us tonight. We appreciate you guys being out there.
Thank
yeah,
you too for
thank you.
commentating.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Oh, no need to thank us. We're just two idiots yammering along.
Yep, we just like to yap. That's all we like to do.
Yep.
But with the interviews over, that is going to be it from us tonight. I guess I will try and set up a raid if you guys want to stick around for that.
They said no raid for me.
Let's see what we're here with.
Who's streaming?
Yeah, let's take a look. You have any recommendations?
Can we send it over to Dr. Disrespect?
What?
I'm just kidding.
All right.
It was a joke.
Okay. But seriously, you got any recommendations? Anyone playing
I
ACC?
have 0.
Chat, any recommendations?
Normally I recommend sending it on over to Jake, but I don't think he's streaming right now. Let me hop on my... I don't think he is either, yeah. Let's do new window.
You know, not many people are even racing tonight. From the looks of it. Octane online racing. Okay. Why don't we go and look at that?
Hey, I have that one on my followed channels. Who is that?
I'm not sure who that is. Thank you for the follow, Gutsy. I appreciate it.
Good
So we're just ending the stream. We're gonna go ahead and raid. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Octane Online. I'm not sure who he is, but he's followed by the official Noobs R Us channel, so somebody on the fucking media team must know who he is. And we'll go send him over to them and give them a raid. So that's bye from me and Tony. Hope everyone has a good night tonight.
Peace.
See ya.